Alesya Macatol is the founder and owner of Alesya Bags that designs and sells chic and organized laptop bags. I talk one-on-one with her for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Alesya Macatol, welcome back to the award-winning Quintin's Close-Ups.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to see you.
Likewise, I know we're not too far away from each other.
That's right. We're in the same neighborhood, but socially distanced.
That's right. More than 6 feet.
That's right.
And, obviously, you are the founder and owner of Alesya Bags, which is a chic and organized laptop bags company. What's in your bag this afternoon?
Oh, my gosh. My bag right now, tape, wrapping paper, scissors.
Wow.
No lie. I have the scraps right here. We're busy. We're busy here, and like every parent, I am busy at home too.
Who is Alesya Macatol as an entrepreneur, and who's Alesya Macatol as a mom?
Alesya Macatol as an entrepreneur is a super driven person who wants to lift other people up and make them more confident with their bags. Alesya Macatol as a mom is trying to instill as much confidence as possible in her two girls so that when they go out into the world, they can do their very best. And I think what I learned as a mom is if you as a mom don't instill that confidence, nobody will. You have to be number one cheerleader.
And where is your confidence in the midst of this world right now?
With my own confidence, I think I have good days and bad days like everybody else, but I'm very, very optimistic. And every time things kind of go down like this, I just try to remember there's millions of people have the same feeling, same situation. And I try not to get too low in the lows or too high in the highs.
And I know Alesya Bags is obviously a company that designs and sells chic and organized laptop bags. Why Alesya Macatol? Why laptop bags?
Because when I first started my career, Quintin, I was out in Silicon Valley. I really cared about dressing for the job I wanted. I know you care about what you look like too.
Yes.
And the laptop bags at that time were all nylon. They had the company logo on it, and it never lived up to my expectations of what a work bag should look like.
And what are your expectations when it comes to obviously Alesya Bags?
Well, my expectations are huge. My expectations are that one day my bag will be the go-to work bag for women who care about what they're doing. And that might be someone who's trying to climb the corporate ladder, but it could also be the woman that really wants to be PTO president, or the woman that's doing medical research and cares about cancer patients. So it's not just someone who's in a corner office, but it's the person who really wants to go after their goals.
What are your goals when it comes to Alesya Bags?
Right now we're in a place where this last year has been so hard. I know it's been so hard for everybody, and we're in the red like so many businesses. So this next year is about getting back in the black and being able to provide more products that people have asked for. I've got people asking for different sizes. They want a wallet. They want different colors. And the business has to grow before you, as a small entrepreneur, can offer all that wide range of products that people are asking for.
And what are the other products that people are asking for from your company?
Yes. So, right now we have two styles. We had an original style that was more like a circle. People are asking for that. People want a canvas bag for the summer. People are also asking for something they can carry at night. We used to have a smaller clutch that sold out. So those are the kinds of things. And then color. I think in 2021, we're going to be seeing people more upbeat, happier. They want the colorful leathers that we have seen in the more optimistic times in this country.
And you talk about obviously size and obviously colors and whatnot. What particular type of flow chart are you and your team looking at these days to help your clients and customers with the size of bag that they actually need?
Well, a couple things. One, are people going to be traveling this year? Yes or no? That's a big one. Are people going to be back on airplanes again? Yes or no? That's a big one too. And of course, what is the office going to look like now? Are people going to go back to work in a traditional office, or is everyone going to be working from everywhere? I don't think we can do work from home forever. Especially for people with families, it's too mixed up. You're trying to do your laundry and be professional. It's really hard.
Yes, indeed. And you talked earlier about the women that you want to help, obviously, who want to climb that ladder. Who's that one woman that inspires you these days?
Oh my God, it's got to be Kamala Harris, Madam Vice President, if you please.
Okay.
That glass ceiling has finally broke for us. So I think that is extremely exciting. Also, here in town, April Motley, who runs Old Whaling Company. Have you talked to her?
Oh, yes. Great lady. Yeah. I know her very well.
I love her. I think she is terribly inspiring. The growth that they've had even this year has been amazing.
And if you go around the corner here at the King and Vanderhorst Street, her particular store is right there.
Yes, and they have one on King, one on Broad, and they're in the Market.
Right.
Plus, you know, they're in over 1,000 stores worldwide.
Wow.
Yes, it's terribly impressive.
Oh, I bet it is. And, you know, you talked about this on your Instagram page, but you say you can transform your work bag from a pile of stuff to a chic organization. What's inside a typical work bag?
I think it's got to be your laptop or your iPad, your phone for sure. And almost every woman I know still has a notepad. So those things for sure. But then I get clients who have all kinds of crazy things. They want to put their breast pump in there. They want to put their big headphones in there. They want to put their makeup. You know, if we're only seeing you from this far up or maybe only this much, I'm not going to say who it was, but I've had more than one woman pull out their eye concealer from their bag because, you know, we only see this much of people now.
Right.
So I don't want to give away any secrets, but
yeah, especially with the mask and everything and face coverings.
Yeah.
And you talk about how impressive you are, obviously, with April Motley. Who else in this town are you impressed with?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of people that I look up to, but you know, I don't want to, you know, name too many names, but there's a couple people, you know, I love following Joe Cunningham. We talked about that before we came on, and I'm very impressed with his career. But I will tell you that his predecessor, Nancy Mace, is a neighbor of mine.
Oh, yeah.
And while I don't agree with her politics, I certainly appreciate her ambition and her hard work.
And you talk about hard work. What can we expect from, obviously, Alesya Bags in 2021?
Well, we're going to keep the studio open. That was a question for a while. So here we're going to have our shop still open. There's been some tough times here on Spring Street. As you know, some restaurants have closed and businesses, but we're going to stay open. And the big goal is to have the larger range of products sometime mid-year. But it will really depend on sales for this, the Q1 of this year and how far we go.
And how far have you gone thus far?
Well, during Cyber Monday, our goal, Quintin, I know you probably saw me online, was to sell 101 bags in 12 hours. And we did that. We sold exactly 101. So, you know, I'm a big believer in putting your goals out there. And the big deal with that, not only, of course, is the sales, which helps us stay in business, but that women are carrying the bag and telling other people about it. My clients are my best spokespeople. Bar none. I mean, I could shout from the rooftops, but if you meet someone in the airport carrying a bag, that's a much better model than I could ever be.
And what else do you want to model when it comes to Alesya Bags besides just the bags?
I want to model confidence, women who are upwardly mobile and no one gives them a hard time about it, and people who have, especially here in Charleston, we've talked about this, different ideas about how things should work, how what your particular beliefs are, but can still find a way to get along.
Yes, ma'am. How do you do that in the midst of COVID and elections and politics?
Yes, I think for sure. One thing is I try not to tell people, do this, but I just try to model what I think is the best. So for instance, my husband got his COVID vaccine recently on Thursday, and I think everybody should, but I would never be like, get your vaccine. But I try to say, like, he got his vaccine. He's going to get another one in 21 days. When I get mine, I'll make it public. And I think if you can model the behavior that you think is appropriate or would be helpful to society, that's great. But you don't have to be a politician yourself and say, do this.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm so sorry about the delay in the interaction because the Wi-Fi is kind of busy right now. But let me ask you this: what was the total viewership of your Cyber Monday Instagram and Facebook Live?
Yes. So we had about 1,200 people come on, and the most that we've ever had before, like on our website in one day, has been 500. Wow. So it was a big, nice bump. But when you think about it in the world, 1,200 people in the world is not that many. So we've got a long way to go still.
And hopefully those 1,200 people will spread the word about your bags.
Please.
Yes,
Please.
Indeed. Absolutely. And I know earlier we talked about obviously how you can transform your work bag from a pile of stuff to a chic organization. What's the process of that transformation that is?
So I think if you're going to work, you should not have all your stuff in just one tote bag with a big pocket. You should be able to say, I want the blue pencil. I know right where it is. You should be able to say, I want to quickly pull out my phone. I know where it is. I don't have to root around in here and look unprofessional and disorganized. Nobody wants to look like that. If you need to pull out your wallet to tip the doorman, boom, it should be right where you know you left it.
That's exactly right. And I know that you established the company in 2009, I believe, but it really didn't take off until last year. How many of those chic and organized laptop bags that you actually sold thus far?
We sold over 1,000 bags. Wow. We're very happy to be there. But like I said, it is 1,000 bags in the world. It's not that many compared to the world. So I personally have very big goals. And I hope next time, I can add a comma the next time you want to ask me how many bags I've sold.
Oh, yes. And you said this too. Keep going with your crazy ideas. The world will care just when you love it the most. What crazy ideas did you love the most that the world is now caring about?
Yeah, I think the best example is me going on 12 hours on Facebook and Instagram for Cyber Monday. It was an idea that had been roaming around in my head for a long time. And it's the thing that this year I was the most successful and I've had the most questions about. And people, the first time I said it, I had a gentleman say, that sounds terrible.
Wow.
But I thought it was, Cyber Monday is the retail holiday for all of us in e-commerce. I knew it was the right thing to do. And it Channel 2 covered it here in town. And it was the right thing to do. So when someone says that sounds terrible, you got to listen to what your inside says, not what someone who isn't in your business every day says.
Exactly. And what is the state of ecocommerce?
I think it's bigger than ever, but we have to learn what people want to see. I get questions about what color bag should I get? How can I, as an entrepreneur, put that out there and say, if you're wearing a lot of denim, you need this color. If you're wearing a black jacket like you do, you need this color. And that's a very different thing than someone be able to go in a store and literally put something on. So we have to figure out how to get that information out.
Yes, indeed. And I know during the 12 hours of the Cyber Monday launch, what exactly did you learn more about small businesses that you didn't know before?
Yes. I always feel like it's just me who's always struggling to put up content, but it's every small business. Next time I do it, I need to make sure that I give those small businesses the content they want to put on their Instagram, their Facebook, their website too. I want to have a photographer here so everybody gets their own, we call it gramunition, because everybody needs it. You're trying to run a business and do photo shoots every day. Yikes.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. And which one of those 20 other local businesses relates to Alesya Bags?
Oh my gosh, they all relate to Alesya Bags. But, we had the Charleston Museum on, which I think is such a local gem that people don't know about. And they have a huge textile collection. Right. And for those people who don't know what that means, that is Charleston clothing, bags, fans, shoes, jewelry. I take such inspiration from that. And I've actually teared up seeing some of the things that they have because it's an amazing history. And I think people think museum is old and stuffy. They should call it the vintage collection and everybody would go.
Oh, exactly right. And I know this is a simplistic question, but what is the history of bags?
Oh my gosh, that is not a simplistic question. I think the history of bags is long and varied, but as a woman, there are certain classic shapes. We tried to model our latest bag after a Jackie Kennedy Onassis bag that Gucci made.
Wow.
And it matters to me that it has that history as well as moves forward with the time.
And how do you hope to move forward in time with these bags?
And these particular bags, I just want every woman in Charleston and in the world to have it on their wish list.
Yes.
That's really it. Like when you think about going to work or you think about going to a meeting, I had someone text me the other day. They're like, I'm at the at the doctor's office and I have my bag. That's, if you've got to get something done, I want you to think about having an Alesya bag.
Exactly right. And I know this is a never redundant question, Maxim, but what exactly is on your wish list?
For Christmas?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh. I want a new camera. And I also want these hoop earrings from Alex and M. They're down the road. They used to be Naked Jewelry. I love them. And I want a vaccine.
Okay. And I know, let me get back over to Cyber Monday, because out of the 20 businesses that you obviously featured, which Cyber Monday deal did you actually partake in?
Oh, I took a lot of them. So I bought the Naked non-disclosure agreement bra for my daughter. I bought Callie's biscuits. We eat them every morning. We eat them every Christmas morning and Christmas afternoon. That's a must-have in our house.
Yes.
What other Cyber Monday deals did I take here? I always have my old whaling. I have my lotion right on the other side. I took advantage of that. We got the dumplings from Sarah's Dumps. I'm sure you know her.
Yes.
And they delivered those to our house. So I guess the better question is, which one didn't I take advantage of?
Which is that actually?
Oh, which is that? You know what? I have not gone down to the museum yet and got my pass for next year. And that just reminded me I needed to do that because they sell a month-long pass at the end of the year that I need to get.
Oh, that's amazing. That's exactly amazing. Yes, ma'am. And let me ask you this, because you said this obviously on Instagram too. Local Charleston folks, we will rap from now to Christmas. What are your team actually, when it comes to rapping, what are you rapping right now?
So you can see in the background right there, we will wrap gifts for you. If you want to buy a bag between now and the end of the year, we will wrap and deliver it for you. I know a lot of men don't love that. So we're hopeful that they will take us up on our offer to get all the work done for them.
And you obviously, you said this too recently on Instagram, quote, the last day for free ground shipping. Your mobile or office awaits. You say it's free ground shipping, but what has that process been like for you and your team during COVID?
It's been very challenging. Just yesterday, I got some pictures from a woman whose box came with holes in it from the USPS Postal Service. I've gotten another message, just saying it's stuck. It hasn't made it here yet. And I would just say to folks, if you're shipping right now, go through UPS or FedEx, because the United States Postal Service is underwater, and it's no fault of their own. It's no fault of their own. It's unprecedented amounts of packages they're trying to ship right now.
And how many of those packages that you've actually shipped off that you've actually had to put on hold or try to figure out what to do next?
Oh my gosh, over a dozen. And I'm sure there'll be more as time goes on and things don't make it there in time for Christmas. And I actually this week will be offering personalized messages. If your package didn't make it, I will send a personalized message to the recipient just saying your bag is coming and I'm so excited for you to get it. And, Jim or Joe, whoever it is, wants you to get it too. Because I just think as you've seen, I'm sure on the memes, it's with the Lord now.
Yes.
And it's out of our hands, unfortunately.
Yes, indeed. And let me go back to that quote. You said, quote, your mobile office awaits. What's inside the Alesya Bags mobile office these days?
Oh, an iPad for my kids, because they're always with me. Now we've got 2 kids in virtual school. Oh. I have my favorite markers and pens. Love that. Can't get enough. And sunglasses. Thank God the sunny weather is back.
Yes, and hopefully it'll warm up too.
Yeah. Oh my God. We're so just wussies here in Charleston, but I don't care. I don't want to deal with snow.
Right. The same here. You're exactly right. Let me go back to 1 year ago. You said this quote, 1 year ago today, we looked at the studio for the first time. It took every ounce of this year to hit a goal, having our first event in the space, but we did it. It was a total difference than we actually anticipated, but we still created the same community buzz we dreamed about. When you look in the studio a year ago to right now, what still plays in your mind?
When I opened the studio and we got the space, I pictured big groups of people. I pictured an opening party. I pictured my girlfriends that I have a close relationship with coming over, and in the evening maybe, and there'd be 5 of us, and we discuss our problems and work through it. And that it hasn't happened. But it has definitely given me a workspace that I'm proud of, and I'm excited to show people. And it tells people we're serious. When you have a physical space, it tells people you're not a fly-by-night company. You're here. And right. I really wanted to support this particular neighborhood. I looked very specifically on Spring Street and on Cannon Street because I think it's up and coming, and also it's diverse, and that's something I care about.
Yes, we love Spring Street indeed. And what got you from looking at a studio to having an event in the actual studio?
Well, I just would say we just had to, with this year, everything's gone virtual. So how do you do a virtual event that's fun and exciting and means something to people, and not just like, oh, here I am talking on camera? You have to ask the questions, but I have to provide the content that people really care about. And for us, that was doing an extraordinary sale, but also not just having me on camera for 12 hours, several different businesses. So there was something for everyone.
Exactly right. And you talked earlier about community buzz. How did you create the community buzz that you actually dreamed of?
It's 3-pronged. Having great people that are local. People are very interested in supporting local businesses right now, and thank goodness for that.
Yes.
Having the biggest sale we've ever had, which was 50% off. So the bag was available to everybody at a much lower price point than it ever has been. And then doing something extraordinary when people are ready to shop. Cyber Monday, the holidays, people are finally ready to shop. Yes, whereas before, they're just like, I just want to wear sweats and I'm not going anywhere.
Right. That's right. And you talk about, obviously, people loving the shops local. What's the community buzz right now?
I think people really want to shop local. I have been downtown on King Street when it's been extremely busy, even everybody wearing masks, but it's been very busy. Right. I think you want to be proud of what you have on or what you're carrying or who you're supporting. Like, you'll probably be a little embarrassed to be like, oh, this is from the Gap, but you'd be really excited to say, oh, I know this person who made this jacket. I know this person who made this phone case. I know this person who made this bag. That'd be something you could brag about.
And you also said a product idea in your head doesn't always never translates to a product in your hand.
Yes.
What product in your head actually translates to a product in someone else's hand?
Oh, gosh. What product in my head? The bag we make right now is my absolute favorite. But there has been other times where it just doesn't come out as you want it. We have a wallet coming out.
Oh, good.
And this is it right here. But this is the 3rd or 4th iteration of this. It doesn't start out looking like you hoped or what you wanted.
Exactly right. And you said this too. It showed it as a picture on Instagram. The interior is there for you. Bold, strong, and a part of a girl gang.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this. What interior of your laptop bag describes you?
Oh, all right. Well, let's look at this right now. Open the wallet. It's the same thing.
Yes, I saw that.
Right there. It's the same. To me, this says, I am a hard-working, hard-driven person, but I can still be feminine. I can still be girly, and that is strong. It's not weak or frilly or something like that. This to me says, I know who I am and I'm proud of it.
You're proud of it. And what will you be proud of when it comes to Alesya Bags in the next 6 months?
In the next 6 months, I'll be super proud if I pay my rent every day, I time every month. My landlord is working with me, thankfully, over the last month. We're up to date now, but we weren't for a while, and that's scary. And I'll also be excited. I love seeing Alesya Bags in the wild. I love seeing, I'm in my car and I see someone walk by and they don't even know I'm there and they've got a bag. There is nothing like that feeling, nothing in the world.
That's exactly right. That's so amazing. Well, Alesya Macatol, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome back to the award-winning Quintin's Close-Ups.
Quintin, I'm so happy to see you. You have no idea. Please keep doing what you're doing.
I definitely will. And thank you. And keep going as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.